I just love Main Street Today time, and I hope you do too. We are live and broadcasting. We have our replay in the evenings on all of our Main Street Today pages. And a lot of people don't know what is a Main Street page. Well, Main Street Media owns 12 local papers all around the mid-state. We're about to go to a territory where the Cheatham County Connection is involved. And then we have papers like the Wilson Post and the Dixon Post. We have the Fairview Post. We have Main Street Fairview. We have Main Street Clarksville. We have Main Street Nashville, which is the Donaldson Hermitage area. I mean, pretty much any area. Oh, and of course, the Connection in Robertson County. We can't forget Springfield because that's where God lives. Anyway, it's our month of love. I'm Devin O'Day, and I'm so glad that you're with us. We are going to be talking about really interesting things to do, and we're going to be telling love stories. And we also continue our love song competition. We have a really neat gentleman you're going to get to meet a little bit later named Dustin Craig, and he has submitted a song, and I love it. I love it. But first, we're going to meet somebody else I love. One of my favorite places on earth is Puddle Pottery. Sharon Ingram, she's the head potter.
It's so great to see you, Devin. Oh my gosh, I love hanging out with you. So thank you for inviting me today.
One of my favorite times was I took a pottery class with you, and I laughed because it was like going to kindergarten for me because I was covered. You don't have to always get covered in clay, but it's so much fun if you do.
Yep, throwing some mud. Heck yeah. You did great too. You got to come back and do that again.
I do. I've got, as soon as we get through all this stuff and actually ever leave my house again, I'm going to come and just hang out at Mud Puddle, because you don't just teach pottery there. It's a real arts center. Let's talk about that for a little bit.
Sure. Well, we're located near Nashville in Pegram, Tennessee. And we offer pottery wheel, hand building, and clay and sculpture classes. But we also offer painting and coppersmithing and jewelry classes and lots of fun stuff, plus some really fun events. So, yeah.
Well, speaking of event, it is our month of love. And yes. I saw where you have something really neat.
Well, our fun little event that we offer for especially Valentine's month is Pottery Wheel Date Night. So you have to bring your own Patrick Swayze, and you just come on down, and we set up everything. We've got it all ready for the couples. They bring wine, and we pair up the pottery wheels. So each person has their own wheel, and you don't have to know a thing. We take care of that. And we get them all going on the clay. And nowadays we have a large screen, so you can see the demonstration on the screen and don't even have to get close to me. But anyway, they make 6 pots for each couple, and they're glazed in their favorite glazes, and it's really fun. And then they get the ghost scene on. So we take their camera or phone, and we film them doing the ghost scene about halfway through the event, and they have a ball. Yeah, so much fun.
Well, I've got an example that I put together so people can really get an idea what this is like, because there's a lot of guys out there going, oh, Lord, I don't want to go to do this with it. I'm going to tell you, I want you to look at the faces on these participants, not just the ladies, but the guys. Now tell me that this is not the most romantic experience ever.
It's not the mighty Mississippi, not the sunshine in LA. It's not a snow-capped Rocky Mountain on a warm summer day. It's not the glow of a full moon shining in the night. There's nothing grand about a canyon that holds a candle to your sight. The most beauty that I've seen is you. It's not a trophy on the mantle or that raise that was overdue. It's not a wish that has been granted, but being freed by truth. It's not a winning scratch-off ticket for never needing more. It's not not getting through the hard times and being better than before. Nothing beats the feeling, so nothing else will do. The best thing that's ever happened is you.
Okay, that actually made me cry, and I made that.
I loved it. Yay.
But
What a beautiful video.
But it's the magic of what happens. And I want to thank the folks from Soundstripe Nashville. They are the music providers for our show and for everything Main Street Media. It's a group of musicians, and they do background music. And I told you I was crying. I was like, what?
I got emotional too.
Yeah. But it really is what you guys bring out. It's something about working in clay and art, and that connection, the connection of two people working together to make something better than before.
Yes. And one special thing, when they do the ghost scene part, they work together on that one piece. It makes it very special to them. So we sign both of their names on that special piece. And it's really beautiful. Very cool.
And I think that you think about every anniversary, you look at that piece that's sitting on the mantle or sitting in the china cabinet, and you remember we did this together.
Yep.
It's really special.
And the 9th anniversary is the pottery anniversary. We get a lot of couples for that.
Well, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. Well, before we get out of here, I want to go into how people find you. First of all, how do they find you?
Well, our website is mudpuddlepottery.com. And if you ever want to book an event, even private events, we have some private dates that we're doing this month. Just look us up online. We have a calendar, and you can make your reservations or give me a call, and we can do something special with you. You just, reach out.
And they are on Facebook. Mud Puddle is. Now it's our month of love, because I want to find out the love story. You and your husband, this is not just you here. You and Randy, musicians at the first. I mean, you're both musicians, but this is like, I always say, there's always the other passions that you can find. And you guys found this passion together for Mud Puddle.
We did. We started a long time ago we got married in 1978. So almost 43 years later. But see, look at how young we look there.
Oh, I love the music pictures. Oh, take a look at this.
Oh, that was really young too.
Oh my gosh. But I love it. But it's not like you stopped making music. I just love, the joy in both of your faces is just so precious. And I love this. I think from your 38th anniversary, I think was.
We did a 40th. That may be the 38th.
And then there you go again. I mean, I just love how you guys have been together through all of this. And, I love the picture of your rock band.
And the karate suit there. Check it out.
I love it. Well, how did you guys meet?
Oh, that's a fun story. Well, I was on a double date with someone, and we were, again, very young. And we went to this place out in the country, somewhere, it might have been somewhere like in Ashland City, maybe, where people swimming hole. And so I'm, walking out to the water, and I look up, and there's this redheaded guy with long hair swinging from a vine out into the water. And I was like, oh my gosh, he is so cute. Well, of course, it didn't take long till I was dating him, and here we are. We never stopped. Yep.
I love it. And he's still got the long hair. He still does. I mean, that's him. And he's still cute.
Oh, thank you.
He's the one who oversees the kiln and making sure everything is set up I loved my time there at Mud
Thank
Puddle.
you.
And I always think if everybody would take the time to find something creative endeavor, they say, don't work with your spouse, don't work with your spouse. Well, you've proven that wrong.
We've worked together almost our entire marriage. There's been very few times that we didn't work together. and it's fun. I mean, we're so used to it. It's easy. You just have to work on it, get along good. And we do. He's got his job and I have mine. Yeah.
I thought the sweetest story, there was a mattress company here in town and Randy worked there.
He did.
And,
yes.
And you told me, it was the sweetest thing. She goes, I had to get him out of that mattress company because he's a guitarist. He's a guitar player. And I worried about those needles in his hands and stuff.
Yes. That's exactly right. I can't believe you even remember that, Devin. Yes, the needles, he would walk around the machine and these big needles were coming right around his fingers and it was scary. He had to be very precise with everything. But yeah, he spent a couple of years, 2 or 3 years there. So I'm glad he got out of there before anything happened.
Yes, and I'm glad that you guys have the Mud Puddle Pottery because you're making a love memory possible for a lot of couples. Now, if people want to have a private date, if you guys want to set up a party, if you want a paint and sip party, even a virtual paint and sip party. Now, you also have those as well.
Yeah, we can do that. And we can also simply hook them up with some great Valentine's gifts. We have lots. Everything that we have here is handcrafted. And we've got a whole gallery that has roughly 70 artists, a sampling of their arts and craftsmanship here. And it's really nice, great jewelry and pottery and metal sculpture that's perfect for Valentine's. We've got a lot of great stuff. So if they don't want to get artsy, they can come out and get some art.
Yes, I absolutely love it. And you will be assured that it will seem like you don't even have to think about it. You just walk in there and say, I went to extra special lengths to get you something handcrafted. No one else in the world is like you, and no one has a gift like you have.
That's right. One of a kind.
Sharon Ingram, thank you so much. Mud Puddle Pottery, located on Highway 70 South in Pegram, Tennessee. And it is just a beautiful place. I encourage everybody, go take a class, go enjoy art. And I love you so much. Thank you.
Love you too. Thank you,
Bye.
Devin. Thank you for having me. Bye.
Thank you. Bye. Speaking of art, another one of my dear friends. Now we're going to head. Okay, we leave the Cheatham County area, that side west where we have ours. We have Cheryl Strichick, who is with us, and we're at the Hendersonville Standard area where we have a newspaper at the Monthaven Arts and Cultural Center. Cheryl, how are you today?
I'm great. I'm really good, but I'm heading over to Mud Puddle with my husband. We're going to do that Demi Moore, Patrick Swayze on that thing. We're going to do it. That is incredible. I was looking up her website while you're talking. Oh, what fun does that look like?
Does it look like the sexiest time ever? I go, who thought?
Yeah.
You said, honey, I want to get dirty with you.
Oh, that's so funny. I love it. I love it. Well, thank you for having me on today.
And you've got something special in the Hendersonville area coming up for Valentine's.
We do. We have a very unique, interesting evening that is going to be just romantic as can be. Both nights, on Saturday night the 13th and then on the 14th, we're going to be hosting a romantic Valentine dinner. And you can choose from steak to a fabulous fish dish, or, she's having Tuscan buttered salmon or chicken coq au vin, or it's going to be incredible. The Go-Go Gourmet is, of course, our chef for the evening. And we're only doing 15 couples, 15 tables in the whole building. So we kept it really good for everyone during this situation we're in, where there's distancing. And then we have Ron De La Vega.
Oh,
yeah, they're playing. They're going to play for us, and going to have some great dancing, jazz music. And then we have a lovely Cupid's Writing Room. And in there, our art instructors are going to help our couples. They can do it by themselves, each one alone without the other, or they can come together in the Cupid's Writing Room. We have the most beautiful the candles that you drip onto the envelopes and the stamps you use and all the flowers and everything to write an incredible love letter. And it's
So you actually will be writing love letters.
Oh yeah. Yeah. They're going to be writing.
Wow.
Now they can do, if they want to make it funny, it's not like you can do whatever your style is, but we'll have all the beautiful stationery and all the little goodies that go along with it, and some even great art ideas that our art instructors are going to give, and for the couples. And then they can have their love letters. They can give them to them at the table that night, or they can wait to get home, or whatever they want to do. They can do one together, whatever they want to do. It's really going to be wonderful.
Monthaven Arts and Cultural Center in Hendersonville, Tennessee is the big white house. That's what it is. The big white house.
As you enter into Hendersonville, you're in Davidson County, and you slide over the county line, and we're about, 15 minutes tops from the middle of downtown. Not even that, really. And we have a beautiful exhibit right now. The Peter Max show is still up through Valentine's. It goes down on the 15th. They actually ship it out on Monday the 15th. So your setting is spectacular to be doing this in also.
It is absolutely stunning. We are literally on the lookout for interesting gifts for Valentine's and interesting experiences. That is the thing that I hear more than ever. And especially after 2020, people are going, you know what? We need some experiences. We need to enjoy our life together. And people have had more togetherness. Sometimes couples have not spent this much time together since they got married.
Well, that's true. And, one of the reasons we actually did this, we love all our restaurants, and Joe and I, we eat out all the time. So there's lots of fabulous restaurants in Hendersonville and Nashville and surrounding areas to eat out for Valentine's. But there are a lot of people that don't want to go and wait, and they can't get reservations now until 9 or 10 o'clock at night. You know what I'm saying? At the restaurant of their choice. So we thought this would be wonderful. Kind of a departure. And also, we do have an incredible gift shop. And inside the Monthaven gift shop are some wonderful Valentine gifts. We've got these beautiful Valentine necklaces. We've got wonderful pottery. We have wonderful paintings, of course, by some of our premier local artists. And so we know that there's something for everything. We have some beautiful heart paintings by Jairo Prado and Priscilla Eichler, and just some wonderful artists in the area.
Well, I will tell you, Monthaven is, if you're in Nashville, get away from the fray and head north to Hendersonville. That's a beautiful place. Do you still have room on Valentine's weekend?
We do. We only have a couple of seats on the Saturday night left, literally today. So people need to kind of move. And Sunday night, I think there's only a few tables left also. I meant to kind of check that before we went on, but I do know we have some available. They were available last night. So we should have some left. One other thing, while you're there, you might even consider looking at all our classes. We have added some new teachers. We have over 110 students now that have enrolled for the spring semester. So it's really exciting. Yeah, it's good. It's a lot of great classes for adults. And then our upcoming shows, I always have to mention, we have the wonderful Romero Brito coming in April 24th for Moonlight Magnolias. So some great events coming up in the future.
And fingers crossed, we've got a very special event that Main Street is partnering with Monthaven. And
I wanted to talk about that, but I wasn't sure exactly. But I want to talk about it. Oh my goodness, we're so excited.
Well, we're gonna hold a little bit close to the vest, but we are planning some exclusive nights of music.
Yeah, and we're music series, yes, with Main Street Media. It's going to be incredible. A lot of people saw and came to the first kickoff that Carlene Carter did, of course, that night with her friends. And, she heads up our Heritage Music series here at Monthaven Arts and Cultural Center. And Main Street Media is just an integral part of making this really something incredible for the Middle Tennessee and Sumner County area.
I laugh because I said, I'm gonna go to the gold.
Wait, I lost you.
Golden phone. Ran through my contact list, and we're gonna get some really special guests, and it's gonna be a very intimate night and a very VIP experience.
Very
into the song, into the music, into the artists that create it, and some artists that also create art.
Absolutely, it's going to be really exciting, and I'll tell you something. Timing could not be better.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I just
Could not be better.
think
We're
it's
ready for the music. We're ready for people. We're ready for camaraderie. We're ready for the love. We're ready for the togetherness. And we're going to bring all that together, hopefully sooner than later.
all right. Well, you guys follow Monthaven Arts and Cultural Center on Facebook, on YouTube, wherever they are. Click the subscribe and follow. And of course, here at Main Street Today, if you're watching us on the Main Street Today portal, we just ask for you to subscribe, and we'll keep you in the know.
All right, and join us for Thanksgiving, for Valentine's weekend.
Oh, we'll be thankful for it too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it'll be great food. So, all right.
Love you, my friend.
Thanks so much. Have a wonderful rest of the day, Devin, and thanks for having us on.
All right, take care.
Bye
Bye-bye.
bye.
Well, before we meet Dustin Craig, you're just going to love his music. And he is our second person to be entered in the Love Song Contest. And basically, the contest is all about engaging you with new music and people that you might not know, but integrating what we do and what they do together and getting the word out about their music. And so every view is a vote. Every share is a vote. And at the end of next month, so everybody gets at least 28 days to promote their show. It's going to be very cool. Then we'll get 5 finalists and then a winner. And Ride Hour Studios has partnered with us. And the winner will get a free streaming concert from the beautiful stage in the alley. They have a beautiful alley concert stage. It's not actually in the alley, but it's what they call it. That's the name of it. And it's so wonderful. It's in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Ride Hour Rehearsal Studios has music lessons. They have writers' rooms. They have rehearsal rooms. It's just a beautiful facility in Murfreesboro. And a lot of people drive into Nashville and they end up paying Nashville prices. But you can go out to a beautiful, pristine, clean place. It's so clean. It's amazing. It's brand new. So we'll be talking with Dustin for just a second. But first, I want to tell you about health insurance. Our friend, Health Insurance Harvey, I was just talking to him last night because we were talking about, he said, Devin, you got to make sure that you go, because remember, you got to have your checkups and all that stuff, and all that's included. And you do not have a copay. So if you're paying exorbitant high deductible, he might be able to lower that deductible and get you a better coverage. How about that? Check it out. If you find yourself in need of health insurance, one Google search and a questionnaire could start your phone ringing and those emails and those texts coming from companies all over. And it can be really confusing. And sometimes you get caught up in buying something only to find that it covers very little of what you actually need. And sometimes it can be too late to do anything about it. You know, after the fact, like when you need your insurance. That's why one click to my friend, my insurance guy, Health Insurance Harvey, can keep that from happening. HarveyDurham.com. Chat with him, set up a virtual appointment anywhere in the country practically. He's licensed in 40 states. He'll look at your needs, your budget, and share every single thing that his insurance is going to cover and what it won't. You don't pay for what you don't need. If he can't save you money or can't give you better coverage, he won't sign you. You are under no obligation. So do yourself a favor. Get a free comparison quote from Health Insurance Harvey. It just might work for you like it did me. I'm not his commercial announcer. I'm his client at HarveyDurham.com. Love me some Harvey Durham. And I tell you what, when I started, I went out and started talking to songwriter friends, and I started putting the plea out. I said, hey, we want your love songs. We want your love songs. I got the sweetest message from this next guy. You're going to really love meeting him. His name is Dustin Craig. How are you, Dustin?
That's good. I grew up around music. My dad played professionally in Nashville. He played dobro for Hubert Davis and the Seasoned Travelers back in I guess it was the late 80s. At the Bluegrass Inn, I think it's where Hooters is now. But my whole family played something. So can you hear me? My whole family played something, so I naturally had to jump in and pick something if I wanted to be a part of it. So I kind of just started playing, and I started writing at I guess when I turned 20. I was working a full-time job, and I'd rush home to play my guitar. So that was my out, I guess, from the world. So I just started playing, and next thing I know, I'm up on stage with my family and writing songs with people like Tim Rushlow from the lead singer from Little Texas, and it just kind of took off a little bit. We won the Big 98 on 98's Big 98, whatever. We won a contest through that. We were also featured on Fox 17's Morning News, and we played a couple of songs on there. And then I had a director from Hollywood contact me about one of my songs to be in a movie out there. So that was pretty awesome. And then after that, I got contacted by GAC, and they actually used my song to kick off the National Finals Rodeo out in Vegas for 10 days. So that was pretty awesome. But here lately, I had a tour going to Wyoming and back, but COVID hit naturally, and it kind of knocked that out for us. But that was going to be to promote this newest album, which "Looking for You," that song is on, and it's actually the self-titled. But other than that, just been plugging away at it as best as we can.
Well, I love your music. Are you connected with the rodeo? Because a lot of your songs deal with the rodeo.
Yeah, I was a couple of years back and kind of started writing different, other than rodeo stuff. So I haven't been lately, but I do have a few connections out at Washington State. There's a lady that she raises actual bulls that are in the NFR. So she's been helping me a lot with promotion and stuff. She actually did a video for me, so called "What You Call Hell." But yeah, it's actually on this new album too. So,
well, we're going to play that on another visit because you got to come back. How do people find you?
They can go to DustinCraigMusic.com. All of my albums are on iTunes, Spotify, YouTube. We've got quite a few videos there, but all major music apps.
We're going to play the new song right now. Remember, every share is a vote, every view is a vote. This is Dustin Craig's "Looking for You," the title cut of his brand new project.
Wished on shooting stars, closed every diving bar. But I've been here and far, looking for you. Traveled high and low, from the Rockies down to Mexico, running to and fro, looking for you. Oh, and just my love, you're probably right under my nose, waiting patiently, 'cause that's the way it goes. I could search the world over, never find a clue. Yeah, I've been many miles, just looking for you. Lot of wasted time, lonely nights are all I find, drawing maps in the back of my mind, looking for 6 strings and old guitars, whiskey and broken hearts, honky tonks and battle scars, looking for. Oh, and just my love, probably right under my nose, waiting patiently, 'cause that's the way it goes. I could search the world over, never find a clue. Yeah, I've been many miles, just looking for you. You're right under my nose, waiting patiently. Oh, 'cause that's the way it goes. Yeah, I've searched the world over, never had a clue. Yeah, I've been many miles just looking for you. Yeah, I've been many miles just looking for you. Looking for you. Just looking for you. Looking for you.
And that is available everywhere music can be bought or streamed. Looking for You, the title cut of the new project. Thank you for your time today, Dustin.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for having me.
Appreciate it. You take care. Bye-bye. Remember, every stream, every vote here at Main Street Today is every view is a vote. Every stream is a vote. Every share is a vote. So there you go. That is Dustin Craig, Dustin Craig Music. Look him up because I love his tenor. And I'm going to tell you, his rodeo videos are unbelievable. So if you got he's going to catch him a girl at the rodeo because he's got a song on there. Whoo, Lord have mercy. Just got to check him out. He's fantastic. We're going to go to our comment page right now. Let's see who is visiting. All right. Candy Seaton. Oh, I like that. Sharon Ingram. How wonderful. Love that. And then our friend Tracy Farlow, two of my favorite ladies together. Hey, Sharon. Tracy and her husband, Corey Farlow, are going to be part of what we do. We're going to be interviewing them because Corey is an artist and he's got a song for a month of love that he sent me that is fantastic. And then we got my friend Jim Sappington. Good to see you. Well, good to see you too, Jim. Glad to see that you guys are part of what we're doing here every day. We love when you join us at Main Street Today. Make sure that you click like and share these shows. You can also watch the replay on all of our Main Street pages at 6:30 in the evening, just in case you missed something. And Main Street Today has its own YouTube channel. We've got a lot of things that we've got coming up that we're going to be sharing with you, including a new digital newspaper. And that is going to be very, very cool. We're going to be really covering the stories of Nashville. And instead of having, some people don't really necessarily want a physical newspaper. And so this way, it's going to be as quick as we get the news, you're going to be able to get it, a digital daily, 5 days a week. And we'll tell you more details on that. We've got our creator, our owner, Dave Gould, who started this whole idea of local news is important to our local community. We're going to be talking with him later on this month, and the love story between he and his partner in love. And that is Ellen Gould, his wife. And we're going to check in with my other buddy. This is Big J. Jameson Siebert is from Monster Home Services. For years, he worked for other people, and he worked for big manufacturers a lot of home improvement products. And he realized that he could do great work for a lot less money with an even better product. And he searched for a really great product for gutters. We join Big J, Jason Siebert of Monster Home Services in Joelton, Tennessee.
This product, which I found in Loomis, California, back in 2016, this product I couldn't clog. So we're going to talk about some of the older concepts and things like that, about how water works coming off the roof into the gutter and how debris gets into your gutters. And then I'm going to show you the solution that we use. And I'm going to show you a couple different products that I've removed off of homes. I'm not going to name them. I'm not that kind of guy. But I think you might recognize some of the stuff. And
have you been visiting my house? One of them looks a little bit like mine.
That's right. So what I want to do is I just want to show you a couple things here. A lot of people talk about surface tension systems. Surface tension systems are kind of systems where the water's supposed to come down and the water's supposed to go in, and the leaves are supposed to fall across the front of it. And we see the commercials and stuff, and a lot of them, they add to your gutters. This is kind of a topper or some type of helmet or, some kind of thing to where surface tension is supposed to come down and push that water into your gutters, and the debris is just going to fall off the front. But what we found, and a lot of customers have found, and this is just some stuff that I've removed. Here's one here that I removed the other day in Clarksville. This is one of the topper type systems here. Can you see that?
Yeah.
And so this one had actually fallen off of the house
Oh my gosh.
because it was so full of stuff. We finally got the stuff out of it. But this is what it looked like after a couple of years. The algae, the growth, and what was happening is this stuff here was basically, you see it's hard on me now, I couldn't get it off. This stuff here, I can't even pull that off. I guess they put a tar up against it or something. But anyway, this debris would just go to the inside of it. I have several pictures on our Facebook page of actually removing this, but this basically just fell completely off of the house. It was laying on the ground when I got there in the back, and it was barely hanging on in the front. And we ended up with a lot of fascia damage on that house and water getting behind it because of the screws that were put into it.
Right.
And there was just a lot of problems with it. Now, those problems could have been existing before they did it, but afterwards, either they put it up incorrectly on rotten fascia or water was getting behind it. I got there after the fact. But when you think about these things, they look really good on TV, but over the years, the moss and the stuff, and like this one here had a bad runover spot in a valley that came down the roof. And so what they did to fix that is they went to Home Depot or somewhere and they grabbed a piece of this stuff and they cut their top open and put this on it, which is the whole thing we try to get away from because it catches pine needles and everything else and other debris and twigs and things. So it really wasn't a permanent, it was kind of a Band-Aid on a bullet hole. And with this, if a leaf or something falls on it, as you can see here, it's got these raised profiles on it, which are patented, and they're very unique, very unique. But what happens is nothing can stick to it flat. So when the water comes off the roof, it can continue to move it off of the roof and away from the home. Wow. Now, that is a patented product. Nobody else has got it. And actually, we're the only company in Middle Tennessee you can actually get this from. Another great thing about this product is the way that it's mounted on the home. We have several different mounting options on it. This happens to be one of my favorite. It's called the bent wing product. And so what this does is when we come out to your house typically and look at your gutters, if you decide to put a product on your home, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to clean your gutters out. And then we're going to reslope them. And then in the corners and everywhere that you've got on your existing home, we're actually going to reseal them. So that the water doesn't drip out of the end of the gutters. So a lot of times we can go out to home and save the gutters just by cleaning them and putting some additional brackets in where needed and things like that. Where this thing really shines through is the way it's mounted to your home. Now we have several of them that mount that can go slightly under the shingle, but it doesn't void the warranty on the roof no matter what people say. We don't go past what's called the starter strip of the roof. But we actually mount this down in the front onto the lip of the gutter so it can't come up or fly up. And then we actually mount it to the fascia. And that is a big deal because your bracket up underneath this basically is setting right against the roof and where the screw is. But back here where the screw comes into the bracket on your gutters, the water can't get to it. So water can't get behind your siding fascia or into your wood behind it. So it keeps the water going down and it keeps it going in the gutter. But by mounting it like that, after we reslope your gutters, the great thing about this is, and another feature real quick with it, you've got these splash guards, and no matter what type of gutter you put on your home, there's always a splash guard there, and it always catches the leaves.
Wow.
And so what we do is we actually have a specialized corner that actually goes into the corner. We have it in several colors. But it goes into the corner, and as the water comes rushing down that corner, these ridges, these raised profiles here, actually take the water and disperse them left and right. We do away with that old guard that was sitting up there.
Yes.
And then the debris falls off. So there's no cleaning in that area either. If you put these on your home, you'll never clean your gutters again. You clean out your gutters again. And even this system itself won't clog. A lot of companies will tell you that, hey, if your gutters ever clog, we'll clean them. Well, when you cover them all the way up and something's spilling over them or it's, something like that, the gutters will never clog. But will the system never clog? Ask them that.
A family-owned company right here in Middle Tennessee and doing it. How long have you been working with home improvement?
Oh, me and my partner, I have a silent partner with me, or my best friend of 30 years is what I call We've both been in the home improvement business for a combined 60 years.
Monster Home Services with Gutters by Valor. Find out more today and tell them Main Street sent you. We thank Jameson Siebert, Monster Home Services. We love that they're part of what we do here at Main Street. We love to tell brand stories, tell people about things that are in Middle Tennessee, places to go. If you've got a place that you'd like to let the world know about, it's not a commercial. It's just like, what do you do? Let us get to know you. Why do you do what you do? That's the stories we tell here at Main Street today. And as the more people I meet in this area, the more I am so glad it's the place that I call home. Main Street Media tells your stories. That's what we do. Well, thank you guys for joining us. Our month of love continues, and we hope that you've enjoyed this. Be kind, and remember, you are loved.